To Lincoln. Crowds packed the Capitol this afternoon as the debate on a 6-week abortion ban begins in the legislature. 3 News Now's Alex Whitney joins us in studio with the latest. Alex?
That's right, Mary. In May of 2022, a leaked Supreme Court ruling showed the country that the debate over abortion was far from settled law. And now, almost a year after a year of preparations, the battle over the future of abortion is finally playing out on the floor of the legislature in what will likely be the most impactful debate they see this year.
All of us in public servants, as public servants for Nebraska, most important time and privilege for me as your governor that we get this across the finish line, and today is the start.
The bill that could decide the future of abortion, LB 626, drew competing crowds of opponents and supporters to the Capitol on Wednesday. Both crowds offered dueling talking points that indicate there might not be much middle ground between supporters and opponents of the bill.
The data is very clear here, and there's new data that's coming out in this area, which is abortion bans and bills like this are making it harder for us as a state to keep and attract people that want to stay in Nebraska.
This is also not true. In fact, there is a quiet, not silent, company of physicians like myself who seek out states like Nebraska to practice where freedom to practice within the rights of conscience is valued.
While the debate wasn't as heated as some seen on the floor this year, senators on both sides had no qualms about accusing the other of making dishonest arguments. Some of those arguments focused on the quality of care that supporters say mothers would receive if 626 should pass.
If that were true, you would meet us robustly together, fighting for maternal health, fighting for pregnancy outcomes, fighting for reproductive justice, fighting for child care, fighting for health care, fighting for mental health care. And you don't.
Other arguments focused on the criminality of the bill that opponents have argued could put mothers and doctors at risk of jail time.
There is no criminal charges that must be filed. There is not anything related to that in this bill or in our statutes, and misleading women who have been victims of some of the most horrific things that can happen to a person is wrong.
The future of LB 626 will likely come down to its ability to overcome a filibuster with a cloture vote. Right now, the margins on a potential vote are slim. It would only take a couple of votes to swing on either side to kill or advance the bill. Whether any senators will step up and change their vote, though, remains to be seen.
If you're one of the, one person in here who's perhaps undecided, don't be fooled by the downplaying and the minimizing of what this bill will do.
In Lincoln, Alex Whitney, 3 News Now.
We've got Alex here live on set. Alex, the recent amendment from Senator Reapy, how do you anticipate that could factor into some of this debate?
I think it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. One thing we haven't heard a lot from is some of the other senators that Senator Reapy said he had discussions with before he introduced his amendment. He said that there were around a dozen that had similar feelings for that. We haven't really heard that play out on the floor or from any of these unnamed dozen or so senators, but that really could be the difference between whether or not this makes it past cloture. All it really takes, like we said in the story, is just one senator to go either way, and all of a sudden it starts to become an issue where it can't overcome the filibuster, or it's just a foregone conclusion that it will overcome the filibuster. So it'll be interesting to see over the debate whether or not that amendment in its 12 weeks rather than 6 weeks is enough to push people maybe one way or the other.
Okay, Alex, keeping an eye on all things Lincoln. We appreciate it.